October 7, 2023, a day that changed the Middle East forever. But behind the images of burning towns and desperate families, another war began. A war not fought with bullets, but with banknotes. This is the story of the hidden hostage economy, where lives are traded and human suffering becomes a currency. When Hamas fighters stormed southern Israel, they didn't just kill, they captured children, grandparents, foreigners. The strategy was calculated. Every hostage taken was a potential jackpot. The more vulnerable, the higher the leverage. For Hamas, this wasn't random brutality. It was business. But how do you price a hostage? Intelligence officials say it depends. Some are political symbols, others bargaining chips and prisoner swaps, and some pure financial assets. Families desperate for news are pressured. Negotiators stall, waiting for money to flow. Each delay, profitable. But here's the question no one dares ask. Who is really paying? Publicly, governments negotiate. Privately, money moves. Hamas operates under blockade, monitored by intelligence services. Yet millions flow through their hands. How? The answer is a cocktail of corruption, diversion, and secrecy. Diversion. Aid meant for Gaza civilians gets intercepted. Food, medicine, even fuel, resold on black markets. Charities. Some collect donations in Europe and the Gulf under humanitarian covers, then quietly funnel funds to militant operations. Hawala networks, an ancient trust-based system where no banks are needed. Money vanishes in one country, reappears in another. No trail. And now, cryptocurrency. Anonymous wallets bouncing cash across continents. From Istanbul to Beirut, Tehran to Doha, digital money has become the perfect camouflage. Every hostage video released isn't just a cry for attention, it's a signal. Proof of life equals proof of value. The market stays alive. But the darkest part? Some of this money isn't coming from faraway nations. It's coming from right under our noses. In the US and Europe, investigators quietly monitor suspicious charities. Some are legitimate, others are fronts, collecting money under guise of humanitarian relief. Ordinary citizens think they're feeding hungry children. In reality, some donations are siphoned into Hamas's hidden vaults. Authorities have frozen accounts, raided organizations, and charged middlemen. But for every network dismantled, another rises. Because the hostage economy thrives on sympathy. Here's the paradox. Every plea for aid, every demand to release hostages, every negotiation keeps the system running. The hostages are not just victims. They're pawns in a global money game. And this game doesn't end with Gaza. The hostage market is spreading. Hostage-taking as an economy isn't new. Somali pirates once made millions hijacking tankers. Boko Haram in Nigeria used kidnappings to fund their insurgency. Colombian cartels kidnap businessmen for ransom. But Hamas has taken to a terrifying new level, combining ideology, politics, and finance. Every time a hostage is released, it creates hope. But behind the hope lies a reality. Proof that the system works. Proof that hostages pay. And this raises a question. If lives can be bought and sold, who sets the price and who collects a profit? Intelligence officials warn that Hamas's model is spreading. Already, smaller groups across the Middle East are copying playbook. Kidnap, negotiate, profit. The hostage economy has become a self-sustaining machine, fueled by fear, powered by money. And the victims? They aren't just the hostages themselves. They're the families who wait for a knock at the door. They're the ordinary people who see their aid stolen. They're the taxpayers whose governments quietly bankroll secret deals. But what if the real question isn't about Hamas or Israel or any one group? What if the real question is, have we allowed human life to become just another currency? This is the war behind the headlines. A war where lives are traded like commodities. A war where every hostage is a deposit and every release a withdrawal. And as long as there is profit in pain, the hostage economy will never end. Subscribe to Inside Criminals' Minds as we explore the psychology of crime, power, and the networks that thrive in darkness.